This is your revision rundown for the rules of logarithms part 2. Last time round we looked at 4 rules of logarithms. The first of which was if a to the power of x is b, then the logarithm of b to the base a is x. We also looked at log a to base a is 1 and log 1 to base a is 0. Finally, we looked at log a with no base is equivalent to log a to base 10. Now we're going to start by looking at the multiplication law, and that is log x to base a plus log y to base a equals to log xy to base a. Now, for example, log 3 to base 2 plus log 2 to base 2 is just simply log 6 to base 2. Right, with multiplication comes division. And now we're just going to look at the division law. So the division law is just log x to base a minus log y to base a is log x over y to base a. For example, log 4 to base 2 minus log 3 to base 2 would just be log 4 over 3 to base 2. Okay, so now we're going to look at the power law. Log x to the power of k to base a is k log x to base a. Now, for example, log 3 squared to base 2 would just be 2 log 3 to base 2. The power doesn't always have to show. For example, you could write log 16 to base a as 4 log 2 to base a. And this is because 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Now, what this also implies is that log 1 over x to base a is just simply minus log x to base a, and that's because 1 over x is the equivalent to x to the power of minus 1. And then we could still apply the power law from here. Now, something to be aware of is that if the entire logarithm is raised to a power m, then the power law doesn't apply. Now, here are 2 things to remember before using the division or multiplication law. First of which is log x to base a multiplied by log y to base a is not log xy to base a. And similarly, log x to base a over log y to base a is not log x over y to base a. The second is that the base has to stay constant. So if you have log 4 to base 2 plus log 5 to base 3, then the product rule doesn't apply. And this is because the bases aren't the same. Okay, so let's take a look at a question. Solve 2 log y to base 3 minus log y plus 4 to base 3 equals 2. Feel free to pause the video to give this a go. Okay, so you'd first apply the power law to get log y squared to base 3. Then you apply the division law. And get log y squared over y plus 4 to base 3 equals 2. Now if we convert this into a power, we get 3 to the power of 2 is y squared over y plus 4. Using cross multiplication, we get y squared is 9 times y plus 4. Now this just becomes a quadratic equation where y squared minus 9y minus 36 equals to 0. Now if we factorize this, we get y equals 12 and y equals negative 3. Now there's one last step we have to do, and that's substitute these values back into our calculator. If we substitute y equals 12, we get 2, which is true. But if we substitute y equals negative 3, we get an error. This means that the only solution is y equals 12. Well done if you got this question correct. You can always check out part 1 in the description below. If this video helped, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.